Your first and last, and your rank and your duty title.
Okay. My name is Leland Sati. I'm a Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Marine Corps.
And your duty title for the battalion?
Yes, I'm the Commanding Officer of Wounded Warrior Battalion East at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
And what is the mission for that battalion?
The mission of the battalion is to take care of Marines and sailors that are in recovery, wounded, ill, and injured, and to help them not only in recovery but in their transition back to full duty, or if necessary to transition into civilian medical retirement.
So I just want to say, besides a paycheck, I mean, obviously you don't do it for the paycheck. What do you get out of working with the Wounded Warrior Battalion?
Yeah, everything that we do, that we get out of this job, really goes back to just basic Marine Corps leadership. The ability to lead a young Marine and to help them along to progress. Normally it would be in their MOS, but in this battalion it's in their recovery. And as they go into transition, our ability to assist them as if they want to go to college after they get out of the Marine Corps, if they're looking for a particular type of job, we have the resources to help them accomplish that. And so what I get out of that is the satisfaction of knowing that despite the fact that they've been wounded or have an illness or an injury, that we can then, through just basic Marine Corps leadership, help them get on with whatever the next phase of life looks like.
So with that in mind, how does it feel to come and talk to the Purple Heart recipients of this area?
Yeah, it's fantastic to come talk to these guys and women for a couple reasons. One, just because if you look at just the legacy of what they bring to our country, it's phenomenal. But there's a link between what we do in our battalion and what the veteran service organizations do for my Marines after they leave my battalion. And what I like and what I talked about tonight was that these folks are spread out all across the country in organizations just like this one. This just happens to be where we're at tonight. And what they do is they are the welcoming committee. So when we discharge a Marine on a medical retirement, who's going to pick them up and do some of these things to help them in the Veterans Administration? It's these veteran service organizations, and they do a phenomenal job.
And how did it feel to speak with the individual Purple Heart recipients?
It's always tremendous. When you have Purple Heart recipients, when you have Gold Star families, when you have a Medal of Honor winner in the crowd, it's a special night. And for me, it was particularly special. More than half my battalion wears a Purple Heart. And as a leader, that makes me pick up my game every single day to ensure that I'm giving them my best effort. And so tonight it was just another opportunity for me to pick up my game and to try to represent my Marines to these fantastic people.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add about this evening and how you felt about it?
No, just was that the coalition here that brings together veteran service organizations is a phenomenal way for single services like the Marine Corps to connect my Marines who are about to be veterans to veteran service organizations. So anytime a community can bring together multiple organizations, it's a higher impact, because then I can plug people in that much easier.
Way before that. When did you find her?
When she was outside in the parking lot.
No, I found her when she was at home.
Oh, cheater. You win.
I transferred over to Beasley. You ready, sir? Thank you all.
yeah, we're trying to figure something out with this. Our table.
When they're all gone, when they're all
One step forward, out, draw, safe.
This time I'll turn it over.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Walk of Honor. The first recipient, Colonel Walter J. Marm, Jr., U.S. Army retired, Vietnam, 1965. Medal of Honor winner, recipient. Mr. Howard Mayo, U.S. Army, World War II, twice, 1944, a POW, 1945. August M. Dietrich, Jr., U.S. Air Force, World War II, 1944. Gaspar Gonzalez, U.S. Army, Korea and Vietnam, 1950 and 1968. (1966). James E. Hicks, U.S. Army. U.S. Air Force, Khobar Towers, 1996. 1996. And 2012. And 2012.
One more time, a big round for our recipients. You're as well, right? From congestive heart failure and pneumonia. But he's up on the upswing, right out. Doing great, doing great. And I'm going to have him up here a little bit later. He wanted to say a few words. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And at this time, we will go into recognizing some of our veterans that have gone on.
It represents the yellow ribbons worn on the lapels of the thousands who demand with unyielding determination a proper accounting of our comrades who are not among us tonight. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. A salt
appointment through him. Well, after the Continental Congress got word of that, and they decided to budget their money a little bit better, they stifled that. And they said, you can't keep doing that, we can't afford to pay officers, let alone soldiers. So he lost that ability to reward his troops. So within about 3 days, he came up with his general order, and I want to read that to you. And this is what started the Purple Heart. And I'll talk to you a little bit about how it actually started. General Everett desires to cherish virtuous ambition of his soldiers, as well as foster and encourage every species of military merit, directs that whenever any singularly meritorious action is performed, the officer...
You think after hearing that I'd be able to get my 15-year-old son to clean his room, but that doesn't happen. Craig's my commanding advisor, and I'm going off script here. That'll make him nervous because he keeps me on the right side of all things that lead this command that are written. He's my commanding advisor, and distinguished guests and leaders of the Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition. I am truly honored to be here tonight, representing the Marine Corps' one and only Wounded Warrior Battalion on the East Coast. As a quick point of reference, I have a counterpart at Camp Pendleton, California, that runs Wounded Warrior Battalion West. You see, we Marine Corps have given me all the resources I need to provide our active duty Marines with the best possible environment for recovery. You should be proud of your country for what we're doing today. I had a conversation with Al Green before we got started, and you could ask yourself, and we know that given the opportunity, those people will lift them up and keep their spirits going, and that they have significant impacts on those that surround that Marine. As a result, our model of care takes a comprehensive approach to recovery, one where medical recovery is on par with mind, body, spirit, and family. Left unaddressed, those other aspects of a Marine's life will ultimately inhibit full recovery. We know this. We have 7 years of documentation and experience to show that. And it will certainly, if unaddressed, will set them on a path, a difficult path for the remainder of their lives. Now being seen from Wilmington, North Carolina, to UNC and Duke Medical Centers, all the way up to Walter Reed and facilities spread across the United States. We get them to the best care that we can. Our Marines competing with British soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. We also have had some real successes through this program. 2 Wounded Warrior Battalion East Marines, or former Marines, if you will, won gold medals at the Sochi Paralympics on the sled hockey team. Perhaps some of you that watch ESPN saw the ESPYs a couple weeks ago. Sergeant Josh Sweeney won the Pat Tillman Award. Sergeant Josh Sweeney was in Wounded Warrior Battalion East. He learned sled hockey down in San Antonio while he was recovering. We just sent 2 more Marines to that team a couple weeks ago. So Marine Corps got the hockey team locked down right. The North Carolina Department of Commerce, we have a representative in there. It is a great little office. It does a tremendous job. The bottom line is, if a Marine wants a job, we'll get them to get after the many and varied problems that are associated with the mental health issues of PTSD and traumatic.
I had to get permission. Sometimes it's easier to get forgiveness, but I needed to get permission from the colonel. We try to get down to the Wounded Warrior Battalion at least once a quarter. And those that are representing our Purple Heart recipients tonight, would you please stand? All the gold stars, all the representatives.